Hey guys, welcome to the Supergirl season finale here at AFTERBUZZ TV. We can't believe it's the end. It is called Better Angels. We're going to discuss Kara and Alex, Myriad Part 2, Kara's goodbyes, and romance, happy endings, and what's next. So stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
None of your time. I don't want no scrub. Scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me. Yeah. The passenger side and his best friend.
The Music Man selected this one for you guys tonight, which we all love. Bastille, No Angels. All right, because this episode is called Better Angels. Hey guys, welcome to AFTERBUZZ TV. We're just going to discuss the Supergirl finale here. I'm JJ Jurgens. I'm joined here tonight by these two fabulous co-hosts.
Yes, Stephanie Wenger. So glad to be back with you. You can find me on Twitter at Stephanie Wenger.
And I'm Tauri Miller. You can find me at Tauri J, Taurijay.
And you can listen to that voice all day long, all you want. So sexy.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing.
All right, well, we hope you guys are fired up. We are so fired. I mean, we're sad. It's bittersweet. We're sad it's the finale, but we're fired up about this episode, so we're going to go ahead and break it down for you. So let's start out talking about, we have the fight scene right at the top. How'd you guys feel about that one?
It was so anticipated because I think it was what they kind of teased us with last week. And for me, it was cut short a little, but I enjoyed seeing them kind of get to that point and how you knew that they were going to have to somehow end that fight sequence without either of them being seriously injured. And so it was nice to have the mother kind of come in and be that force.
Yeah. Dude, that suit was bananas. Like, just the fact that it had projectiles, it had knives, it enhanced her strength, her speed, her agility. So cool. Also made me wonder why they never used them against the Kryptonians. But oh man, that fight was so intense. Especially the moments when essentially she had Kara for a loop, and I thought that there was a chance that Kara could have, taken a sweet, sweet sword through the abdomen or something,
I mean, that's what it looked like it was going to happen. You were seconds away from that, and you see that sword go to the ground, and Kara kind of gets away from it. Supergirl gets away from it. But yeah, it looked like there could be an actual injury in this, and I feel like that would be unusual for a Supergirl fight to go that way, so that would have been weird.
Yeah, and especially as she took the force when she got that big metal thing and she gets flown against the wall.
Yeah,
I'm with you. I wanted to see more just because I love the suit as well, and I just love Alex, and I think she's such a badass. So it's really fun to see these two going at it for me.
Yeah.
But of course, I'm glad that Alex didn't die either. So I mean,
Yeah.
glad no characters were lost.
I completely agree with you. I did want a little more of it, but I think we predicted it last week that this was a fight that was going to happen, and you can't have these two characters at odds unless that's like the plan for next season. So in some way, we knew that they were going to have to come back together in some capacity, and quickly, because this is the season finale.
Yeah. Part of me wants Alex to always use that. Like, I want more Kryptonians to come so Alex can be in that suit all the time. And I liked, like, just not even just like the scene itself, but like the lady who plays Alex did such an amazing job, because it's not a side that we've seen of her character, in that like she's never had to be evil, she's never had to like be really like sadistic, and so for her to play that really well and take on these traits of but also of someone who's being controlled was really well done.
I like how Jean also always has Kara's back too. It's like, so he gets the mom and is using his power so that she's shielded from the mind control. So I just like that relationship as well. I think that's really been fun to watch grow this whole season. Just how much he's there for them and cares about those girls.
I agree, and it's also interesting to see that he's essentially their mentor when she's Supergirl. And like, in so many ways, like, he's a father figure, a mentor to her. And then when she's in the office, you see that it's clearly Kat is the mentor. And it's just an interesting dynamic to have these kind of two worlds and how they function simultaneously. And we've seen that again all season.
Yeah. I agree.
I agree too. All right, well, let's start talking about Myriad Part 2, the continuation. So We got Non and Indigo, all kinds of trouble going on.
Yeah.
Oh,
Go ahead. No, go for it.
I was gonna say, I like that their method is if you can't control them, destroy them.
Yeah, just kill them all.
Yeah, why not? I thought that was a really good moment for Indigo too, where she's essentially basically telling him to burn the world down, and that like they were gonna leave Kara as the queen of nothing. That was a great line.
I really enjoy that character. I think she's such a good, like, evil character. She's really fun to watch, and I really think she nails every scene that she's in. So I like watching them.
Yeah, I do too. I think that this was an interesting kind of ending, and again, this season has really built to this episode. I felt like in so many ways, and it was interesting to see them finally go that way.
Sorry.
Popular.
I know, so popular.
Sorry, that was my LA Kings update. It's the end of the first period. Sorry.
We'll throw in some hockey as well. It's good.
Yeah, totally.
Don't even
Sports
worry.
and comics.
Yeah, it's all perfect. Don't even worry about it.
Fights in hockey, fights in Supergirl. It's all coming down
yeah.
tonight. Speaking of, did you like their fight scene out in the field?
Yeah, I did. I felt like the first fight scene was so epic that this one wasn't as exciting to me, but I still enjoyed it, and it's still a testament to what they do on this show, which is create these phenomenal, and every fight feels different, and so in that way I did appreciate it.
Yeah. I thought it was like an interesting fight in that like you had these two different, like everyone was matched off against their equal, because what's her name, Indigo has kind of like shifting powers and speed and strength, and John does as well, and then you have the two Kryptonians fighting against each other. I thought when the scene was happening that Non was essentially going to run out of power the same way that Kara did when she fought Amazo, or not Amazo. Nope. Red Tornado.
Yeah.
Different robot. But I like that she ultimately ended up overpowering him, you know, because it's shown how far she's come since the beginning.
Just their eye. I mean, watching that scene, I love that. It was so fun to see them going at it. Just the intensity in her eyes.
Yeah.
I also loved when John ripped Indigo in half. I think that was probably one of my highlights of the. I don't know why I enjoyed that this episode.
No,
too.
it was
It's
hardcore.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just ripped her in half.
I agree.
She's laying on the ground still talking. I liked it.
Special effects on this show. I say it all the time, but yeah, it's incredible. And that was one where you're like, how in the world? Like, but that's what they do.
Yeah. I mean, do you guys think this is the last we're going to see of Non, though? I mean, it doesn't seem like he died necessarily. He just kind of fainted.
Yeah, I don't know, because that's a good call.
I want to say like that's been kind of the focal point or a main arc of season 1. So I imagine with most comic book shows, season 2 will focus on something else.
Yeah.
But you're right. He doesn't appear to be dead, so potentially it leaves the door open at the very least.
I'm kind of hoping that it's at least gone for a while. Like, I welcome season 2 to have something new and something, you know, because I felt like that kind of really built until especially these last 2 episodes. It's been a lot about him and, you know, what he was trying to do. So I don't know. I want something kind of fresh and new.
I would love it if he came back as like a Hannibal Lecter type, where not that he eats people, but that essentially he is a bad guy who the good side is using for like information and strategy and things like that. Like, because we've seen that he's not completely evil. He has relatively good intentions. He just doesn't really know how to do them without forcing his will on other people. So having this arc of his where he doesn't necessarily have to come back at the beginning, but just at some point they have to be like, we got to refer to the Non. And then he like helps them figure out something that's alien or Kryptonian or something like that.
I could see, I could see that being really effective for like an episode of season 2. Like, okay, you start a new arc and then you have this like a surprise where Non comes back and is in some way like helps put these puzzle pieces together. I just feel like I don't need 5 more episodes.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get that.
With you.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did you guys? We didn't talk about so when Kara gives the speech and she turns everybody's, gives them all hope and gets everybody out of that. So let's talk a little bit about that and about how Maxwell is also kind of working with them still to help out.
So do we think Maxwell? I just have a question. Maxwell, good or bad at this point?
I think tonight, good.
Yeah.
Right.
Next season, bad.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're edging towards like him flipping the coin on
I
that.
think at the end when we saw he had the what's it called, the Omega.
Oh, yeah, the Omega.
Yeah. I just think there's a lot of power in his hands right there. It's hard for him to resist.
I agree with you. I feel like we've seen good moments, but I'm just like waiting for him to like show his other side because I feel like it's right there. It's just like hasn't quite been fully shown yet. So that's something that I expect for season 2 for sure.
I mean, yeah, and I think that ultimately he's on his own side. And so he helped out this time around because if not, he would have died. But if he were to turn good, I mean, he had his moment with Alex today. So that would be a reason.
I still want to see that. I know you are the romance girl. You want all the romance. I still want to see those two. I know you don't, but I do.
I mean, I do and I don't. If he turns out to be good, I want that. If he turns out to be evil, like, I like Alex. I don't want her to fall for a bad guy. So
Some sweet, sweet drama. Oh, that sweet, sweet drama.
It would be a good,
yeah, no, you're right. It would be interesting to watch. I just like on a human level want Alex to be happy.
I know. We don't want to see her get her heart broken, but
yes, they're characters. I'm aware. Yes. I'm interested to see though where he ends up. And her speech was very like kind of random but inspiring. Like I get why it worked, but it was just a strange, like it was an odd thing to be like, okay, now she's giving this speech. I was like, how did she come up with it? I had all these questions about like, because I feel like we always see Kara kind of struggle in those moments, and she kind of just did it, and we're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, she's had a lot of speeches from Kat, especially recently. So I think that she kind of pulled from that and was able to just kind of figure herself out. I mean, it was definitely like an improvised thing. So there was a lot of like, we got to have hope. Everyone, hope and things. And like, I thought it was a great moment. I thought the music cues were really good in that one.
I agree.
Like it really got your heart going,
the music cues, and I also do like, I think they did a good job of bouncing back from her and then to like a little monitor and then then the big, like the way they kind of made it grow to an intensity, I think helped.
And we also got these little, I think they were flashbacks to earlier moments in the season, if I recall. Yeah. And that, like, I think made it really poignant for the audience as well, because you're, like, in a season finale, that's what you're looking for. And I think at this point, it has not been picked up yet. Even now, when they were creating it, clearly, this is also kind of could serve as a series finale. Hopefully not. But with those kind of moments, it's nice to pull that back together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you on those moments. I really like those because it was fun to have those moments and those memories are what snapped those each individual characters like out of it. Yeah. And it was fun as the viewer to I remember that. Yeah. That was a fun moment of the season.
Yeah.
And good move on their part on that, I think too.
I agree.
Well, do we have another show that you might want to tell us about?
Oh yeah, I definitely want to tell you
about. I want to hear all about it.
Well, Tuesday, April 19th on the CW, it's coming, and there is no cure. The greatest enemy comes from within. From co-creator of Vampire Diaries, Julie Plec, and Emmy Award-winning director of Game of Thrones comes the riveting outbreak thriller, Containment. When a mysterious and deadly epidemic breaks out within Atlanta, a massive urban quarantine is quickly enforced. Loved ones will be torn apart, and those on both sides of the fence will be put to the ultimate test of survival. Not just fighting the disease, but fear, isolation, and the unknown. But this virus, is it an act of Mother Nature, terrorism, or something far more sinister? The truth will not be contained. Secrets begin to unravel, society begins to crumble, but unlikely heroes will rise. Ordinary people will defy the most extraordinary odds. Don't miss the most utterly terrifying yet highly anticipated new series, Containment. The must-see limited series event premieres Tuesday, April 19th. Catch it only on the CW.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it looks like a really good show.
It does look like a really good show. So for all of you, after now that Supergirl's over, you need a new show, check that one out.
Yeah.
Super excited.
But let's also talk for a moment about how sexy that Reed was. That voice. I mean, come on.
Owned
I
it.
think I have the vapors happening
yeah.
in here.
You got some what?
I said I got the vapors. Teared up a little bit.
Yeah,
I
I
need
mean-
some smooth jazz in this beat.
I was so close to putting some epic music to that, but I was like, you know what? Maybe next time.
I just want to sit here, smoke a little cigar, and listen to him all night. Like,
Hey, I'm here all
narrate
night. You
things.
got me till 9, baby.
all right. Till the next show, they're gonna be a little delayed.
Noted.
You know, you need to do some voiceover work for real, though. That was awesome. Now, what are we back to? All right. Anything more on anything before we go into Kara's goodbyes? Anything more on the Myriad or
I think so.
you want to talk about?
I guess just a little bit about how she got. No, we'll talk about how she got rid of it later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go into her goodbyes. So she knows she's gonna be facing something serious and has a really does some soul searching and has to get ready to tell everybody goodbye. Did you like those moments?
Yeah, it was so strange to watch because you kind of saw who was really important to her, and it was weird because even I think Kat mentions it. It's like you feel that like she's never coming back. That's what it seems like. Kara and we'll never be back in that office again. And so seeing her say goodbye to everybody, but then what was the most interesting moment to me anyways was that she couldn't say bye to Alex. Like that would have taken her over, and that relationship is obviously number one. It's the person she's depended on the most.
Yeah. I couldn't even imagine being in that situation. So it was kind of heart-wrenching having her go through these motions of trying not to make it so apparent that she is planning on going on a suicide mission, but also wanting to say the last things that she'd ever want people to hear from her. You know, I thought they were really well done, really well acted. And I got a little touched when, especially when she was talking to Win. Because he's had such a roller coaster with her, and to know that she really appreciates him that much was really nice to see.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I mean, it definitely makes you think about, if you had the luxury of knowing your time was up, and who you would go to and what you would say, because so many of we don't have that. You don't know. But yeah, so it made me, same as you, I found that to be kind of emotional, watching her, and I thought they were extremely well acted scenes as well. What did you think about so now she's back with James, and then she's telling him that, we had our time and it passed, it just wasn't meant to be, and now I want you to be happy.
It was interesting to watch that because you feel bad for both of them in that moment because you know why she's doing it. It's not how she truly feels about him. That becomes clear. It's just, in some ways, it's protecting him, but really he's still being hurt by it. So I felt for both of them in that moment so much. Yeah.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. Yeah, but he knew, he could tell something was going, because he's the one that calls... calls Lucy and lets him know that something's going on with her, or that she's saying goodbyes and something's not right. But
yeah, and that was nice. It shows that it's beyond some surface level thing for him. I mean, I think that was clear all season, but that he really deeply cares about her.
Yeah.
and he knows, he reads her well and knows something more was up, and that there's something
Which
behind that.
brings me to one of my favorite. I know I'm jumping ahead.
No, go ahead.
no,
Yeah.
do it.
But that he took this photo of Supergirl Kara, and it's just her being so normal and just smiling, and he's it's when you smile, that's what your eyes do, and it's that's somebody who really knows her, and so that just made me smile. I think you guys saw me
Yeah,
giddy
she was
about
very
it.
happy about that.
Yeah, and I just love that he went to kiss her because they tried to talk about the kiss, and then finally to have this kiss that I think at least I've been waiting for. I can't speak for anyone else who watches the show. I've certainly been waiting for it, and that was exciting.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Like, I thought that was such a great moment for, I mean, us ladies appreciate. Like, he could have done one where she was in her suit and so strong and, you know, doing this big epic moment. But yeah, but to have it be just a simple moment where you can tell he just thought that she was beautiful in that moment. And like you said, smiling with her eyes. Like, it's like such a simple, little, sweet thing that goes such a long way.
It's like all in the details.
Yep.
Like, because like there are moments where she's obviously been like strong and, you know, and powerful as Supergirl, and he could choose those moments, but instead he chose this like quiet, simple, sweet moment, and I loved that.
And where she's like, you know, just insecure about it too, just like, oh no, I don't look, you know, it's like, it was cute.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah, I got like
I feel like every time I look over here, you're like, no, I'm sorry.
I mean, I think they're a cute couple. I think I'm really interested to see what happens with their relationship, because you know, superhero relationships are hard. It helps that he knows who she is, and they have that hurdle, and he's basically part of the family. So I'm just really interested to see like how they maintain it, and if they're like this super uber power couple or what.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be smooth sailing for them. Like, I think we saw, like, in the last 10 minutes of this episode, a very, like, happy time for her. But we know tough times are ahead. Like, there's no easy road for Supergirl. So, and I think also having to deal with the fact that she is always running off, and there's, like, I know he knows about both sides of her, but that alone is a tough situation.
Well, we got Roma, we got more happy endings. What about everybody coming together at the end, celebrating as a family?
I was going to say, a little cheers to the family.
Yeah.
I thought it was a sweet way to end a season. Again, I kept thinking about this episode not only as a season finale, but a series finale, because that's how they were writing it. It was they didn't know. And I felt like, again, that was a moment that felt like a potential series finale to me, like everyone together in that room. And I also thought about how much fun it would have been to film that moment. Yeah, like all of those actors together, like look at what we accomplished this year, like 20 episodes on CBS, like amazing. And it felt like a celebration not only for the characters, but in some ways for the actors.
I totally agree with you. I had the same exact thought in watching that part, because we've heard that they've had, everybody that we have talked to said they have such long days and they're there. And I know that's why we probably couldn't get a lot of people in here for you, because they were shooting every Monday night until 10 o'clock at night. And yeah, so it sounds like they really all put their heart and soul, and they were so supportive of each other and the show all through Twitter and social media. And, so actually I saw Peter Facinelli, I always slaughter his last name, sorry. He was on the talk today just talking about how much the show has meant to him being on it, and with having, you know, having girls too, being a part of a show that was so, you know, had so much female empowerment and such positive messages really made him proud. So it's just fun to really see how they've all gotten so behind the show too, and just really they seem like such a tight unit. So it's fun, made that scene fun too.
I agree with you.
Yeah. I mean, and it also planted so many seeds in just that one scene where it's like, oh man, you know, Nan's doing stuff, and Jeremiah, we're gonna help find him. Oh man, what's outside? Like, it just even like it was a last hurrah, but also allowed you to expand on what could happen. And I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they did a really good job of, and this is such a weird way of putting it, but it's the only thing I can think of, is that it's like they like kind of have this nice egg now. Like, they completed season 1 and it's like this built nice egg, but like it felt like a moment where they can go and crack the egg next season and have all these new stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, let's talk about some of the ones we saw. So we also saw the General and Maxwell together. So what do you guys think that? This will kind of be our predictions and everything in one, I guess.
Yeah. That was hard for me. Do you have any good?
I mean, it was noted in the episode itself that just one of the Omega cubes or whatever.
Hedron. Whatever.
Omega Hedron.
Yeah.
Could essentially power a whole city. So just think of what the military could do with that. So I think that ultimately they're going to have to start weaponizing it and things like that. So that'll be cool.
Yeah, I kind of wondered if now we're going to have them next season be more of a team, and then we'll have Lucy and John and, you know, Supergirl all on this other side. So it kind of felt like we're starting to now make a little divide with that and have, I feel like they're going to go after their best interest or how they might be able to use their power a little bit more. Should be interesting.
All right. I mean, so here's a thing that happened in the episode that I'm wondering about, because we had all the soldiers were in Fort Ross. At the end of the episode, they're like, yeah, all the soldiers are gone, and Fort Ross is in space. So we could either assume that it's gonna float in space forever, or it could come back down, or Supergirl just killed those guys. I mean, those are our options.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a huge. Right now, I kind of just thought, oh, it's like floating out in space. I didn't get beyond like, oh, would it come back or? Yeah, I didn't think she killed all of them. I have to say that. That wasn't where my head went.
Yeah, I agree. I just, my head just kept it floating out in space too, but which does make the next question, like, will it come back? And I mean, I want to say yes. I want to say, that somehow,
I mean, I think that, opens it up to, like, maybe it, someone else takes control of it, or, like, it comes back, or all the other soldiers come back down. Like, it made it so you didn't have to take it out of play completely, which was nice. I'd like it if it was like hijacked or something like that, which would be really cool.
Yeah, that would.
I agree.
Yeah.
That opens up to like a spin-off to Supergirl though, like having a whole other universe and what happens with all that. Yeah. But it could be cool.
Anything else we saw in that moment? I know we still have the ending we need to talk about, but I'm going to save that for last. Did we wrap up everything else?
I mean, the only other thing is Kat and Kara's promotion.
Yeah.
Which was
and
a nice
she finally said her name right.
Yeah.
Yay!
We knew that was
Sweet.
coming. Yeah, I love that she got the promotion. Sad office with no window, but she'll work for the window. It's good.
Good size, though. Good size.
This is bigger than any office I've ever had.
Yeah, exactly. And I haven't had a window ever. So, I think, and also privacy. I mean, everybody else is out there in cubicles, and she's got her own little, close the door.
Yeah.
I think she scored.
I was also going to say, do you wonder if she gave her that office, and this is a thought that I had kind of during our podcast night, because she's able to like switch into Supergirl and with no one seeing and then get out.
That'd be interesting. Yeah. Just a way of helping her keep her identity intact.
Because I'm still in the camp of believing that she knows that Kara is Supergirl.
Yeah.
So with that, I started to think about like why that office, why the promotion, and it gives her the ability to kind of do more Supergirl duties at the office than she would typically be able to, like, in the middle of the office.
It's true, because it's away from everybody, because they're all going to go to the elevator, and we saw that it's past the elevator.
Yeah.
The other, could be.
Yeah. I like that.
I like it. I thought it was interesting. Like, I was like, maybe, but you never know. Maybe it was just she didn't have, like, that was the office available. And you could play that either way. But I don't know. It's interesting to think about.
Yeah.
To the final moment?
Yeah.
All right. So we want to know what you guys think. We've been looking on Twitter to see what people predict, but what do we think is in that pod?
Okay, so the look on her face, I don't know what is in the pod. Maybe you have more ideas on this, but I feel like it's something awful. Like, the look on her face was not like, I'm so happy, this is gonna be great. It was more like, oh no, this could end badly for me, for everyone. I don't know, but I didn't feel like it was a happy situation that she was in.
I have a couple things that I want it to be, I guess, is the best way to phrase that. And that, like, I think that, I mean, part of me, since we've already introduced the idea of alternate dimensions, I kind of wanted it, I kind of want it to be like young Kara in that pod, because it opens up so many questions. In that, like, is the Kara that we've been following the real Kara? Is there a way that this this young Kara could have come through a dimensional portal, which opens that whole thing up. Like, so I think that would be an interesting idea. There's also the idea that that in that pod, since the light on her face was blue, that it could be Brainiac proper. Brainiac being this this robot who is hellbent on gathering all the information in the universe and destroying it once it's gathered it. Which he's a big Superman villain. And so I think that would be a great overarching villain. Because you can't easily defeat him, and he's super menacing, and he threatens the world as a whole, as opposed to we've been getting kind of centralized threats, and I think that would be a good way of having something to kind of pull us together throughout the season. And I think that another one, if we wanted a more happy, a more happy instance, would be it's her mother.
That'd be interesting too.
Yeah.
All right, we have a long time to wait till we find out, and hopefully we get to find out. I mean, yeah, I know a lot of people so far on Twitter. There's been a lot of people in the Superboy camp thinking that that's who's in there. So yeah, I mean, let us know what you think. We love reading your posts and want to find out. Anything else on this episode? That's about kind of it, right?
Yeah,
So,
I'm
yeah.
looking forward to
Yeah.
if we get a next season. I'm looking forward to watching it, covering it, and chatting about it.
Yeah, and more to come, hopefully. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Well, just want to really tell you guys thank you so much for staying with us all season. It's been so much fun, and we've really enjoyed it. We hope you have too. And I know for some of us that we're kind of newbies to this world, thanks for embracing us and letting us learn. And then we've learned too from the ones that know everything. And then we have Pony, yes.
Oh yeah.
But no, we
Moving
really
on.
appreciate your guys' comments and your support and your interactions with us. So thank you so much for being AfterBuzz supporters. We really appreciate it. And gosh, we'll see you next season.
Oh, yeah.
Where can everybody follow you guys at?
You can follow me at Stephanie Wenger on Twitter and Instagram. Thank you so much all season. It's been so fun.
Yeah. You can, yes. You can find me at Tauri J. It's TAURIJAY. Big thanks. Thanks for all the tweets. Thanks for all the comments. I heart you guys. Keep on following us.
This is where you're supposed to take the shirt off and dance to Pony, just so you know.
I was gonna say. I mean, amazing time.
Yeah, the one time you didn't wear your super shirt underneath
I
there.
know, right?
Dang it!
Oh man.
So upsetting.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys. Go, sorry.
No, I only have so many.
All right, guys, you can follow me at JJ Jurgens on Twitter, JJ.Jurgens on Instagram. Thank you. We'll see you next season.
Yes, bye.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.